Hi everyone and welcome to another video. This is going to be full of disappointing eye candy. This is the topic for this week's Top 5 Wednesday. So all of these books are very beautiful to look at, but they are pretty disappointing plots inside in my opinion. Now I didn't hate any of these books. I think I gave most of them 3 stars. I think, yeah. So they're not terrible books, but I am a pretty generous book reviewer on the whole, so we'll see. I give most books I read either 4 or 5 stars, so to get a 3 means that it wasn't really my cup of tea, really. But as you know, we all buy books because they look beautiful. Cover designers, publishing houses, they do amazing jobs on some books, and therefore these books will be kept on my shelf because of how they look. I know it's superficial, it's ridiculous, but there we go. So the first one that I have to show you is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Now I've shown you this edition in one of my other videos before because I was currently reading it. However, I have now DNF'd it. I don't know if it's because of the size of this edition, it might be, and because I have so many really exciting books that I want to read at the moment, but for now I have DNF'd it. I never ever DNF books, but for some reason I just cannot get into this classic at all. I mentioned when I read it as a kid I hated it, and now I'm as an adult I really don't like it. It's just not for me. I think it's probably because from my classics I like more of a fast-paced plot, I guess. I mean, I do like a couple of the characters in this. I do quite like Jo, I guess, and I do see a little bit of myself in Beth. But I think when you know the ending of a book and it's not exciting enough, then you just kind of want to put it down, you know, because I know how this ends. I have read it before, so I'm really not feeling this at all. But of course I've shown you this before. This is the Puffin and Bloom edition of it, and it's beautiful, and therefore it will live on my shelf forever. The next one I have is The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. Again, the premise of this made it sound a lot more amazing than I found it to be. It's about, it's essentially a kind of chosen one superhero book, but it's about the people surrounding them. It's about the people who aren't the chosen one. And although I enjoyed it, it just kind of fell a little bit flat for me. I think I was really excited about the premise, and also I really love the cover as well. Obviously it's disappointing eye candy, yellow pages, awesome. But yeah, it was okay. Yeah, I gave it 3 stars, but I mean, it's not Patrick Ness's best work. Don't judge Patrick Ness if this is the only one you've read, because he is a good writer. More Than This is really good, and the Chaos Walking trilogy too, so definitely do not just write off Patrick Ness on that book. The next one I have is The Sin Eater's Daughter by Melinda Salisbury. I read this really quickly. I think I read it within a couple of days, but I mean, I've forgotten what happened, and I only read it last year, so although it's beautiful, see, you can see, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous book. It's just not very memorable for me. So, I mean, the second one is coming out this year, and I probably will pick it up, but it's just a kind of regular run-of-the-mill YA fantasy, really, and it hasn't got many tropes that I particularly like in YA fantasy either, so again I gave it 3 stars, so it's okay, but yeah. The next one I have is probably going to be quite an unpopular opinion. It is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I don't know what it is about this book, but I just don't love it as much as so many other people seem to, and I really wish I did. But I don't know, I didn't really connect with Kath in a way that a lot of people seem to. I wasn't really a big fan of the relationship and the romance in this. And yeah, it's definitely my least favourite Rainbow Rowell book that I've read. I haven't read Attachments or Carry On yet, but Eleanor and Park and Landline are definitely, in my opinion, much better books than this. So yeah, but the cover is a mint green, which is one of my favourite colours ever, and the artwork, as I've said before, is Noelle Stevenson, and the special edition of Fangirl is even more beautiful than this, so it's a beautiful book, but for me, what's inside just didn't really cut it. Also, I'm very much not a Kanye fan, so if you've read Fangirl, you'll know what I mean, so maybe that's to do with it, I don't know. And the last book that I have to show you is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Now, this is another YA fantasy, which is gorgeous. This is the US edition. I ordered it specially. I wanted the US edition because I actually prefer it so much more than the UK edition. It is gorgeous. I cannot ever stop staring at this book. But again, it's only a 3-star read for me. I didn't really fall in love with any of the characters. I didn't believe in the romance very much. And I wasn't really excited by it either. Again, I think the second one is coming out of this soon. I believe this was originally meant to be a standalone, and now I think it's going to be another trilogy. So, I mean, to be honest, I would have left it as a standalone, but what can you do? Trilogies are the rage now, so that's that. And that is all I have to show you for this disappointing eye candy video. If you agree with me, give this a thumbs up. Even if you don't agree with me but you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up too. What do you think of any of the books? Do you agree with me? Do you not? And yeah, and I will leave all of my social media down below so you can follow me on all of that. On the blog today I have my Bookish Woman Crush Wednesday, so I will link that post down below, and I will see you all soon for another video. Bye!